You know, been in the business a while now that I'd actually forgot that I bought the program probably as Just Play just started at a small high school in Texas called Scurry-Rosser High School, and that was about 9 or 10 years ago. And then when I got to Houston Christian, they had already had the program, and scouting report was the piece that we just fell in love with. Making sure that our kids had the ability to see what we wanted in a scouting report, but also you could look and see who they're lining up against and playing against on a day-to-day basis. And you can give all those kids that tool, and it's right there in the palm of their hand, so you don't have to cover it every day in a meeting. They've got it. We'll be walking down the hallway and somebody will have it up on their phone. What are you looking at? Oh, I'm looking at the scouting report, Coach. Man, I'm telling you, technology's come so far that anytime you have the playbook, scouting report right there at the palm of your hands, it's easy. You know, we're doing some stuff on paper before we got to Houston Christian, and now I don't have to worry about printing off papers. It's all there. I think it's one less headache that you got to worry about. It's an easy tool to get in front of your kids. The old paper days are over. The paper notebooks are over. It's all in one location. Change is hard, but I think this is a tool that helps change for the better. As we're going through the change ourselves, we're going to utilize it to where it's an easy tool for implementation to offense, defense, special teams, and now we have it. And we're not having to go and have every single coach do something for their group. We've got one playbook, one design, push to all guys. Yeah, you know, as far as the workflow goes, it sped us up. It gave us a template of what it was that we were needing to focus on. Anytime that you really get to focus in on your craft, and coaches get to focus in on that craft, it simplifies it in our heads. And anytime we can make it simple for coaches, then we can also make it simpler for the kids. I'm huge on being simple, but when you have a tool like Just Play, then it just allows us to make things really simple for kids to have at their disposal. We're gonna go through a new implementation on defense. So you got a whole new staff. It allows them to really come in and put all their stuff in one general area to where they've got it now. Kids are able to access it at any point, even if a coach is not around. You know, a kid can easily access it. It's all in one location. I mean, and so kids aren't having to search, coaches aren't having to search, it's all there. The playbook template is probably the simplest I've ever used. You know, you've had guys who have used Visio in the past that they talk about all the extensive drawings. Well, I've got full-time coaches who were QCs at the Power 5 level that were talking about how bad Visio was, and they'd come up, pick up Just Play, and they're able to maneuver it, and they're like, our QCs now have it made. I think the ease of the playbook design tools is huge. We absolutely love the scouting report and the information that you can put in the scouting report. Those are huge pieces. Yeah, I think our kids were definitely more prepared. I think that there were situations in a ball game that they would come over and say, hey, Coach, this was exactly what y'all put on the scouting report. For whatever reason, they're more apt to look at a phone and see all the small details instead of on a piece of paper and have to read it through. So there were details that we saw in a ball game that showed up in scouting report that made a huge difference.